Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. My name is Enyi Osuji, and to my right,
Enyi LaRouge. Maya Siobhan.
LD Damola. House of Commons?
House of Commons, y'all. Hey. So we got an interesting one today. So my question is, has the internet ruined the dating world? When we talk about dating and the way we interact with people from face to face, or online or whatever, has it messed it up? Has it helped? Some people may say it's helped them. Some people may say it's hurt one-on-one interactions. Maybe men aren't able to communicate or approach women the same because of the fact that it's hard in the generation where you don't really talk to anybody like that. Everybody's on the phone all the time. Or is it a good thing? So, panel, what do y'all think?
Can I just start and make it short?
I think everybody should just start off. It's a big one, so
it's a big one, but I think
whatever you want to do, man.
When it comes to dating, relationships, and things of that sort, I think it has definitely watered down the potency of relationships. I think it's done a lot, from my perspective, of negative than positive to unions, relationships, dating, and everything.
Well, I think differently. I would say I'm 50 on it. Like, half of me feels that social media and the internet has brought people together in a way. Like, a lot of people wouldn't even be, they wouldn't know each other because of social media. And you can actually kind of look at a profile and it kind of can tell you where that person is, like, I've been Googled quite a few times and it's like, oh wow, like, you have to be conscious of what you put out there.
That's not your real name, right? Just making sure.
What?
Maya Siobhan? Is that your real name? I know, right? We're doing this.
Internet secrets. No. But so like, having been Googled, and the person saying, oh, you were in, Germany. And I'm like, oh wow, I was, so I think that it's actually helped in a way. I also think that it's hurt because people hide. People can now really, really hide behind the internet and then create these people, which is why we have catfish and things. You know what I mean? So I feel like the people have used it as a weapon. It's my favorite one, that people use things as a weapon. But I'm 50 on it because it's brought me to like family, friends, and things of that nature, and I'm able to like see, kind of categorize a person before I engage them in a way. So yeah, I'm 50.
I mean, well,
the term is about to be real. Hey,
Lady LaRouge.
So many people laugh.
Are you cool over there, Brad? You over there looking like stiff magnolia.
I know.
What's the RoboCop?
I'm trying to listen,
guys. So internet and relationship, it has its pros and it has its cons. With everything in life, you have the good and the bad about things. So the good things about it is, of course, it creates that easy connection with people that are distant from you. In terms of the dating world, I'm not so a big fan of internet dating. I think it's very difficult to get the real person through it. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but a lot of people put up profile that's not even them and pretend as if that's who they are. You have people putting up pictures and you get to see them in person. You're like, that's not what I saw. So it's something that can create, it damages relationship, of course, when you're in a relationship. And if you are single looking for a relationship, it's not a bad avenue to look for someone. You might get lucky, but the chances of really finding someone that's actually real, I'll call it real, it's kind of less. I would say I truly believe that in-person to in-person is always better. But of course, with the way life is these days, people are busy. You don't really have the time to go places. So the internet dating is that easy aspect. And what people are not taking advantage of, like Maya said, is using it as a weapon to create fakeness. Using it as a weapon to create this person that this person now becomes attached to in some aspect of liking. And then they realize that that's not what it is, and that's so disappointing. And then that creates this And some people don't take that too well. Now they get to this phase whereby they kind of shut down and don't even want to, get into this whole dating aspect. And
I want to ask everybody. So there are two sides to it. One would say, okay, I'm on a dating app. I see what you look like. Some of them are even specific as some of them. A lot of them have a couple companies that are specific as what you do. Mostly everything about you. They kind of match your personality. Depending on what you exactly. So there's certain things that they match, and some of them have great statistics. Then there's another side to it, where I think that, for example, I told this young lady, I would like to talk to somebody who is 35 and up. Why? Because I feel like the stage I'm at in life and my mind frame, I just feel like that woman and that mind frame is going to be a little bit more mature. She's going to understand where I'm coming from because of the games that are being played with women who are a little bit younger than she is. So her issue with that was, why is it about what I'm going to get from somebody? What am I offering? So my bigger point is, has it turned into sort of like a vending machine type of society?
Wow, great!
Yes.
I like how you said that.
vending machine. That's it.
Yeah, like I want A1,
Yes.
and I want C2.
It is.
And it's not just. And honestly, I usually attack women on this, but it's also men too. It's everybody that's doing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I have to catch myself because I was like, okay, when I'm saying that, what do I mean by that? I just mean that, I want someone who's more mature. But once again, I'm categorizing once again.
Yeah, but the truth is, just to take the internet out of compartmentalizing. Before the internet, an educated girl wants a guy who has a degree because that's what she wants.
Right.
The internet just makes it more specific, so I can go to Auto Trader and look for the exact car I want, and I can go on a dating site and look for exactly what I want. The only thing is this: a car is a car, a human being is a human being, but now a human being is a car.
Do you think we're getting more sociopathic? I'm sorry. Do you think we're getting more sociopathic
Absolutely.
with that?
Yeah, I think too. Back then, the person that is as educated, is going to meet that educated person in the educated forum. So you don't need that liaison between, if you're going to the bookstore, if you're on campus, if you're going to a frat party, if you know what I mean. So you met people in a more organic way. If you're printing your book report, I'm going way back where you had to go you know what I mean. So you
And it
meet,
lasts longer.
yeah. So because you
From my
meet them
perspective.
organically. So I think what has happened is it's dehumanized us. Like we're almost like machines. It's like
Can I ask you this
It's like
question?
sure A2. I want.
So are we really connected or disconnected?
I think you
It's
can
just
be,
different?
but it's different, and I think it's how you use it, because I've online dated and I know what I'm feeding into the machine, and what I'm feeding into the machine is me. I'm not feeding a fictionary thing. Like I'm feeding me. So if I'm giving, I love the power of intention. So my intention is to meet someone of substance. So I'm gonna feed the machine the truth, and I can tell a lie when. I see it, because there's certain qualifying questions. When people tell you a little bit too much, that lets me know that you're a little thirsty. You know what I'm saying?
The thirst is real online though.
Yeah, right. Or when you tell me a little bit, that lets me know that you didn't even take the time to fill it out. So you probably don't complete things. And I know but I'm saying like if you do it, then you can tell when someone is serious and when someone isn't. Like just in a profile, considering all the different ways that we do things. If it's like we said, if it's your Facebook page or your Twitter, whatever you do, when you have a strong presence, that lets me know, wow, like unless you do like media, that lets me know like you're really looking for something. Like you put energy and time and effort into creating this thing. You know what I mean? So I think that part of it, and I think some people, as they say, dry snitching, I think that's dry cheating. People use it as, I'm gonna create a profile but I'm married. I'm gonna create a profile, but I'm engaged.
Let me actually add on to that, right?
Which takes us into
Another thing too. Did you want to say something?
What I was gonna say, about the whole aspect of it is, I feel like pretty much human beings have been created as good. So you walk into a store, you see the different brands. So to me, when you're looking at these different profiles, it's like, okay, these are the different brands. You as the person have a choice to choose between which brand you want to go with based on your desires. So it has its good and bad side. I don't think the whole aspect of it seeming as if it's a vending machine, it's a good idea either. But hey, let's be realistic. It gives you a choice to screen through and see whether you want this person, or if you want this. It's who matches your need or your want or your desire.
Because your eyes see it first.
Yeah, and what you're looking for. It's just like when you walk into a store, you see two products. It's by two different brands. Now you start comparing and contrasting. Okay, what will make this brand better, or what will make this better? That's not a great thing, honestly. But at the end of the day, does it kind of narrow it down to make it easier for the person to just easily pick and screen through?
Can I say something? I'm gonna speak as a guy. Right?
Please.
If for real, like, nah, just being honest. It is there's some.
No,
Go ahead.
it's just an inside joke.
I'm gonna be straightforward. It's martial out. For real, like what? I can't. For real.
Do it.
For real.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna speak as a guy. Like you mentioned, going to a convenience store, right? You go shopping once. You're gonna go shopping again.
Right.
So if I go on Plenty of Fish or I go on Tinder, if maybe the lady on the other side, I'm just gonna speak from my perspective. If your thought process is, I'm gonna see all of this and I'm gonna pick you and only you and I'm going to be loyal to only you, that's fine. But
That's not what I was saying.
no, I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
I'm saying, I'm gonna speak as a guy. I'm just being real. If the assumption from on the other side, do you get what I'm saying?
I know what you said. I was laughing.
If the assumption on the other side is, okay, I met this guy on this dating site. He picked me, we matched. It's fine. It could happen where we last forever. That's great. But I don't know what the statistics are.
Very low.
How real is me seeing all this fish and picking you equaling a long-term relationship or something that actually equals a family? I'll give it a little example. Someone I know.
You're going too far, man.
I'm just being real because
it's-
I'm assuming, and I'm saying this specifically for the ladies who go in there hoping they find love, right?
Can I give a? Can
I be real?
Can I give an anecdote? Can I give an anecdote?
Go ahead.
It just got real silent.
No, but for real.
I have to say it. So, I met someone on one of these dating things.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Pull it out. Let us know.
So she yeah. So
Oh my gosh, no.
I won't name
We're
it.
not gonna focus on that. Edit.
Oh my god. So anyways, I met someone on one of these dating sites, and she was real cool. I was kind of surprised. I was like, man, she's educated. She's cool. She was like, it's like, I know a lot of people go on such and such site, and but I'm here. But I just feel like maybe I'll find something for real on here. And I'm just looking at her like, how long do I need to act like?
How long is that? How long is it gonna be in that picture?
Exactly.
So you just
I
wanted
was like,
to.
yeah, so what?
Just wanted to.
So
I think.
you need to state that clear. So you met somebody from an online dating site. You guys went on a date. She was giving you the preach about what she's
No,
looking for.
she had invited me over, and
Over. Whoa.
yeah, she invited me over, and I was kind of scared because I was like, "Are you sure I'm gonna come over to your place?" Because even me, as a guy, I was like,
Yeah.
"That's kind of soon." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "She's educated. She got her own space. She's a manager. She's making money." And I'm like, "Damn." She's like, "Yeah, come through." And I'm like,
How old is she? Sorry.
She's 25 at the time.
No, she got a lot to learn.
No.
So she was like, "Yeah, just come through." She's like, "Yeah, no, it's not this." I was like, "My sister, I'm not ready for you."
First of all, I'm sorry, Ma, but if you're inviting a dude over to your house
That's
Yeah.
why that's the age.
to talk about what you're looking for in a relationship,
What's going on?
stupid.
And the reason why I brought this up was because I think that not all women, because I think like she may be a different case, but I think that with guys, if I'm on a particular site where I'm swiping, this is I'm here to do one and one thing only.
That's what I was gonna say.
So why are we playing this game? And then let me just also add. What's up with the whole? Well, if you here for one night stand, I ain't here for no hookup. There ain't no hookup.
Yeah, you are.
You're on a dating. You're on a site that is purely for hookups.
Because of the design of it. See, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so the difference in different sites, having been on all of them for conversation purposes, there's a different community per site. Tinder has created the hookup site. Now you have sites that are one night stand sites that specifically target that. It's just that Tinder has become, because of the male species.
Stop it.
No, really.
Stop it.
It's become.
There are some women that are looking for
let her finish.
No, let me finish. No. Because having been on Tinder and having male friends that say they always swipe right, and if it matches, then they're gonna see what happens.
Cool.
I've seen that. I've heard that. But what I'm saying is that that site isn't designated just for that. It just became that, right? Plenty of Fish, similar.
Craigslist.com.
Right. But
You want me to go deeper?
No. So if we lay them all out, I do notice that those people that are serious in doing it, you're gonna pay. You're gonna. First of all, when you put your money on the line and you're serious about it, you're going to create your profile and like what do? You have you're going to lay out the whole dynamic.
Very vulgar now.
But I'm just saying the difference if you line them up as far as like hierarchy, like who's looking for marriage, who's looking for whatever. Most of them are people like Christian Mingle, for example. You're designated, to that specific community. Now all of them. Let me finish, please. All of them have a similar underlying culture, no matter what. At the same time, the way that it's presented is different. Those who pay into something as a subscription is more likely to look for someone that's true than just signing up to try to smash for the night.
Can I just say one thing?
And we're all online dating. We should be
from
more
a
than
woman's perspective, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever had a penis before?
Whoa.
What do you mean? Like...
Why I'm saying
this, has she ever had one?
Yes.
I was like, what?
No, like, are you a man?
Are you a man?
Why would it just say that?
Because
that could go with...
There's a reason why I said it like that.
I'm not Caitlyn, none of that.
No, the reason why I said it like that, the reason why I said it like that is for one reason, and I'm serious.
I understand I get it.
When it comes to that, unless it's like eHarmony, like we're...
That's what I'm saying, it's different...
Intention.
Yeah,
even
true.
I know. Even then. So I'm gonna just say it out in the open. If you didn't know, if you don't know, if you're on Tinder, Soul Swipe, any of these things, every is trying to hit it. So don't try to act like is this the truth?
That's why I said the underline is gonna be what it is.
Hold up. Let me do one thing.
Nobody is trying to do serious dating on these certain apps.
Chill first. Let me just do one thing this is the thing about the United States of America and the world. It's very cute. We put the women in this humble abode of space. Get the out of here.
Thank you.
Let me just say one thing. It doesn't matter if it's Craigslist. It doesn't matter if it's LinkedIn. Chicks is choosing. Don't get it twisted because, look, I'm going to be real with you. I sat down in an office where a lady says LinkedIn is the best place to find a date because you can see if they're educated and they have a good job.
Mom.
Let's not get it twisted that it's only dudes that is doing... No, because...
I said the way that it
didn't become vulgar because of men, because these days, women are actually as thirsty as men.
So Tinder didn't become vulgar because of men?
Not because of men, because everybody who's on there knows what they're there for.
Well, we both don't know for sure.
It's not just men.
Opinion.
It's opinion.
We both don't know for sure,
but
right?
what we can't do, though, what we cannot do, hold up. What we cannot do is paint the guy as the thirstiest.
I'm only going by what my
days,
experience was. That's where that's coming from.
These days, chicks are as thirsty and more desperate.
Is equal.
It's the same because
number one, by my experience.
That's fine, and I'm going by mine.
Women that I know on the site and the brother friends that I have, they say they only swipe right. They always swipe right because they just see who matches and then they'll hit it.
You cannot make a statement that Tinder became vulgar because of men. That's a lie. And I'm giving you from my perspective. Okay, let me help you here. Let me help you here. Who has more ass shaking videos on Instagram, men or women?
We can women.
Who?
Okay, first and foremost,
who has more ass shaking? You don't know? Should we go on Instagram right now?
Let me say.
Should we go on Instagram right now?
How do we all know?
We all believe that. It's factual. It's right there.
It's not factual. It's opinion.
Ma, it's not.
You have to understand the difference between an opinion and fact.
We can go on. We can go on right now.
Let me
I can go on right now.
Okay, Emma, go ahead.
I mean, come on.
I get the point you're
Let's
making.
not try to,
Okay, the reality
Villainize
of it is, I don't think it's a man's fault. It takes two. It takes both sides, And the reality is, are there women out here that are extremely desperate? Like for example, the girl that invited you over to her house. That's to me is like extreme desperateness. It's like you just met this guy online and you are comfortable enough to invite him to your house. You don't even know this person.
And let me just ask something.
And you're 25, so I'm not gonna make an excuse for your age because you
Can
know
I add
that
something to your point too? Mind you, it's not like she's ugly at all. She was bad too. She was attractive. Like if I had no problem since I wasn't ready for any relationship. She was fine enough to be like my girlfriend, and I bring her outside. This is my girlfriend. Look at that.
But you're probably the third guy that week.
Exactly.
Of course, or day.
Yeah, let's not
why am I trying to?
I mean, the reality is, are there women on this website who are looking for one night stand and who are looking to just hook up as well? Yes.
Absolutely.
Are there women?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the percent. First of all, the percentage of it.
Of course, because naturally, guys want to sleep with more women than women want to
Which
sleep
is
with men.
why, that's my point.
But you cannot say it got vulgar because of guys. Because girls shake their ass on Instagram. Guys don't swim the ding dong on Instagram.
They shake it because they want to look at it. They shake it because they know their guys are.
Is that our fault? We're not the ones telling them to shake the ass.
But it's not like you're not. It's not like it's not being promoted because of videos and stuff like that.
It's not our fault. They play a role too.
So we do it naturally on our own without an audience.
That's basically
you can't
saying,
do it without an audience.
That's basically saying
you don't
women
even
have
know
no
to do
brain.
it. You don't even know to do it until you have an audience to do it.
That doesn't make sense.
Why do you?
Perfect
Okay,
sense.
That makes no sense.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Can I ask you a question?
It's our fault you shake your
I didn't say
ass.
fault. Why are we blaming?
I think if women stop doing the things that they're doing.
Let me make a statement. Let me make one quick statement.
I'm not blaming.
I'm gonna be real with you, and I wanted to say this for the ladies watching this out there right now, right? And I'm gonna be real. If you want a good relationship, you might want to start campaigning against these girls to shake their ass because it's cute to say. I'm being serious because if I say I'm married, right? I'm gonna be real with you. If I say I'm a married man, I'm getting more girls trying to get at me.
Oh yeah.
Facto.
I think I'm about to
online.
Low key, I may get
this
it.
is why
Low key, just to swap it.
This goes back to a couple of episodes that we've had, and that was the reason why some men cheat. And I was not saying that it's a woman's fault, but if you have women out here that are making certain things so acceptable, so easy, putting it out there like it's okay, you're so okay with being with a man that has a relationship. And you feel like it's okay because it's none of your business what's going on with him and that other woman. That's not okay. You're making it. Then it becomes a problem if this man continues to act that way towards other women. But we have a bunch of women out here who don't care.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the beginning as I always do because you always have to go to the root of anything. True or not true?
True.
Okay. So the root of male female, we're all way off the point, but the root of male female, but before a female can even come out of who she is she has to do what? See what? A male. Okay? So a woman I'm not saying excuse. I'm talking about the root. A little girl, because I was once a little girl, you were once a little girl. You did not understand about boys until the boy did what? Come over to you and do what?
And do what?
My point is that
I'm trying to get your point.
Until a boy comes over to you,
right,
touches you, says something, creates some sort of
create
some sort of conversation, right? So naturally, as I said in previous episodes, men naturally hunt and look for stuff, and we sit. You have to go back to the root of anything. The root of anything is the main substance of it. So you sit and you're a female, right? Males naturally find what they want and they figure it out. While we sit, a woman does not become this ass shaking, excuse my language, Instagram phenomenon because she decided to do it.
So it's us.
Because if you're going to be the leader, you're going to be the leader.
Let me say something.
If you're going to be the leader, you're going to be the leader. So you can't be the leader and then say, oh, it's not my fault.
Stop trying to say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm stating what it is.
I'll say something
quickly.
Let me say something really quickly. Marshall, I love you. No.
Let her have it, Brad, because she over here feeling right now.
Please, let me.
That's the
Please,
difference.
let me say what I'm
Like, you
trying
have to understand opinion is what it is.
Please.
Like, hey.
Right.
Please, let me just say this.
Tinder is bad because of men.
Let me say this.
What?
Please, be cool. Serious. I love you, but one of my biggest gripes and complaint. No, I'm being very serious. My biggest gripe and complaint with women is accountability.
Cheers! Thank you! Come on!
Welcome to the misogynist.
It's not misogynist. Because now you're telling me that women have no brain of their own.
Men
I didn't say that.
Oh, wait.
I didn't say they don't have a brain of their own.
Everything.
Okay.
I didn't say
Why don't you do it?
everything. I
Why
didn't
don't
say-
you do it? Why don't you do it?
Because I was
Can we talk one at a time,
I was
please?
raised a certain way.
Okay.
Right? And I know better. Now
Okay.
at the same time, it does not mean that other things around me wasn't coming at me to try to change
But you decided.
anything.
But you decided.
What I'm saying is that without that male bringing that negativity to it, I wouldn't even know about it.
And without a woman, a man will do certain things.
I didn't even finish.
Come on.
All I
A
was
woman
saying-
can't even lose her virginity without a man.
Can we please?
And a
let
man
Enyi
can without a
finish?
woman?
Let me just say something.
Okay, finish, and then I have something to say.
What the thing about it is, this is the problem, and
Please.
it's a discussion. We're gonna have another part of the discussion because it's a
We're
big
gonna have a
one.
lot of parts to everything.
Because the reason-
Way
the
off.
reason
We're
why-
in the weeds of
And-
conversation.
and- yeah, we're talking about internet dating, but I really
We're talking about internet. actually.
yeah, but
But I mean,
I really feel like the chicken and the egg thing, women and men too, but I'm hearing more women do it because of the conversation I've had with people. It's this vicious cycle that we're putting it on the onus on one person,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's not on one person.
No.
And I'm not saying
I'm
it's
not
the same.
saying
I'm not
it's
saying it's
on
just.
Okay, I want to say
But
something.
you're saying leader, so that's like you're implying that we are the ones that. That's what
Let
it sounds
me
like.
add
I
one
wanna say
thing. Let me add.
something. Okay.
Hold up. Let me say something first. And this is gonna tie back to the internet thing, right? We are supposed to be the leader, but we live in a factual country that gives who most of the power these days.
Women.
Do I have to say it, or do we have to go online?
We need to go online.
Because this is the thing. A women's rights activist will bash Kim Kardashian and praise what she does in the same sentence, saying she has every right to be exposed because it's her woman's right. And in the same breath say, you're embarrassing women. Am I lying?
It's not the same.
Am I lying?
It's not a lie.
That is the problem. Because I just heard a statement saying, trust me, we got game. We know how to get what we want. But you don't do it because you decided and you were raised a certain way. So
It
don't
doesn't
say.
mean that the negativity wasn't around
And
me.
so does women. Women also present their
What I'm
own.
saying is that
Don't-
if you're the
don't
leader
say
and
it's
you
men.
take most of the, if you take most
We're
of the,
supposed to be the leader.
Say
Do they want us to lead?
Well, here's the thing.
Let
Come
her say
on.
it, she ain't gonna say it.
No,
Let her say
it's not
something.
men.
I know, right? Today I have no platform.
No, the thing is that here's the breakdown.
No,
It's-
okay, let
it's-
me say this before.
It's a difference of opinion. You can't diminish what I see as a woman. I'm not diminishing what you see as a man.
This is what I'm
Never.
gonna say.
I'm taking it in
At the end of the day,
100%.
So, Anthony.
At the end of the day, we are all individuals. Whether we all know what we're doing. The problem is people never want to take responsibility of their actions.
Period.
And people don't want to accept the truth when the truth is the truth. That's not to
It's
say
very
there
true.
are women out there who are not doing these things. And you and I might be that exception. But that doesn't make it okay for the women that are out there posting the naked pictures, feeling like they have to shake their ass to get attention from guys. You don't have to present yourself that way. Actually, to me, when you present yourself that way, all you're getting from a guy is wanting to just bash you and that's it. They are not going to take you serious. No man is going to take you serious because that's the message you're sending out. So, I mean, we can't say that it's a man's fault that women are doing these things because they want to
I'm not saying fault.
No, I'm not saying, I'm just
I'm not
saying
doing the
opinion.
blame.
No.
I'm strictly saying that a lot of what happens, and I'm only going by my own experience, knowing the male species and how a good girl who's a certain way, she meets a guy, he totally just changes her whole everything. And then it's like, oh God, if you go back to the older woman that deals with the younger man, I bet you she met a man that changed her whole thing. And that happens because of the power of men. So when we talk about internet dating and things of that nature, which is why I
Damn, we got
integrate
that much.
Let me ask this question.
Wait,
Hold up.
because 1 minute you do and 1 minute you
Hold
don't.
I think every woman just needs to have a clear, defined reason of what they're looking for. You don't have to tolerate the crap. If you can tell when a man just want to smash. You don't have to deal with it.
Very true.
If you know that that's what he's about, keep it stepping and move on. But at the end of the day, what happens is that you know that that's what he wants. Then it happens, and then you blame the man.
Of course. I mean, that's not the right thing to do.
Can I say something? This is what I'm trying to do. We keep talking like it's the guy that's obviously. Hold up. Let me say what I gotta say.
Okay.
Because I gotta make sure it's clearly understood. We keep acting as if it's just the guy giving the dirt.
No,
it's not.
We can only give our perspective. I don't talk to women on the table.
Like I said, it's
when
what
a man blankets
you have
things like
Whatever
women.
then. What are we having this discussion then?
You have women on this online
I can
website.
make any statement. That's what I see.
I know, but
Can I say something?
go ahead.
At the end of the day, you have women on this website who are looking to just smash too.
Of
And you
course.
have women who are looking for real relationship. And you have men who are looking to smash. And you have men who are
Can
looking
I
for
just say
something
one
of
thing? Can I
substance.
say one thing?
So at the end of the day, it's for you to pick out and choose who you want to mess with. It takes
This is
two.
an issue of, to me, is an issue. The deeper issue is an issue of authenticity. And a lot of people, for me, let's say I go on Tinder, right? And I start swiping. It will say, "Oh, no hookups." But then if I swipe and I match her,
The first thing she's asking for is hookups.
Really?
so come on. What are we? Can I say something? What are we
people need to
putting
stop.
out?
We
Are we
said
being
earlier, we
real
don't
with
say what
ourselves?
they really. What did we say earlier? People don't. They say one thing and do another,
Okay,
right?
then from a man's perspective,
Uh-huh.
I don't mind get on here like, look, mama, look. All I want to do is you can edit that one out and then send it to her. That's my authentic feeling. I just want to hang out, kick it. I might get you some Chinese food. Then we gonna have sex and do some Netflix and chill. Then I'm gonna drop you after about a week and a half after I get tired of you. But I can't
But women
say
won't
that.
accept the truth.
Mind you, you feel the same way.
But they won't say
you're not gonna say what it really
Hold up.
is.
Let me actually.
But that's just.
Hold up. Let me actually.
That's my
case by
perspective.
case.
That's my perspective.
Let me
Just
actually
say
do
that's
this.
case by
Hey,
case.
That's not fair.
Hey.
You can't say that.
Can I say
So
something?
it's not case by
Can I
case.
say
It's
something?
every woman.
Can I
and
say
stuff.
something? Can I say something about the actual who actually holds the power now? Do you know, right, in this country, United States of America, right now, that a woman is more allowed to be that direct than a guy?
Oh yeah.
It
Would
won't
you say
be
it's a lie?
considered disrespectful.
I mean, I can't.
Would you say it's a lie?
That is true. But if a man does that, it's
Exactly.
disrespectful.
Exactly.
It's
That's
also
what I'm
good.
saying. I know what the general public wants to paint the guy as. And we've already had discussions and we already know biologically men are hunters. Yes. But in this modern day society, right, women are as strong as men in that avenue.
Come on.
Because they've been given that feminism right to do what they want. There was just a slut walk. You can sleep with whoever you want.
If a girl grabs my penis in public, what's going to happen?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing
If I say
happens.
something like, "What do you mean?
Exactly.
Are you complaining? Am I wrong?"
You can come to me and you can put your butt on me, dance with me. I can't just walk up to you. It's factual what's going on right now.
And
I'm not saying we ain't
Let me
pervs.
just add another
We are
angle
pervs.
to it too, because I can't just walk up to anybody, period, as a black man.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, but here's the thing I want to say. Here's one thing that we
Just
got to
put
bring
that
in
in there.
because I'm a guy in a relationship. My girlfriend's behind the camera right now, right? I will say this: it is hard to be in a relationship. I'm just being honest. It is. The internet does create certain distractions that make relationships hard.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be real because when I go on Instagram, I am a man.
it's hard.
I am a man, and I see things, and I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's fact.
It's hard.
It's fact. That's why I said I'm not saying women can't do what they want. It's up to me to delete the Instagram, right? To take control of what I believe is valuable. But the fact of the matter is, I know as a man, some days you sit down like, damn,
Yeah.
come on, son.
It's hard.
Look at that. It's fact.
My mouth is, even when you're saying it right now, my mouth is even walking.
Exactly, because I'm not trying to attack
yes,
women
it's
at all.
bad.
I'm not trying to attack women at all. But
It's
I did.
bad.
The reason why I mentioned who has more ass shaking videos online is because I know exactly what you mean by we are the leaders that initiate things. That's what we are. But in the reality of the society we live right now, the power is in the woman's hands. To the point where let me just take it there for you. There are women who sell their underwear online. They're used underwear. Look it up.
Ew.
Fact up. But this is what is going on real life. Remember 3 years ago I told you, what are we?
Right.
Almost
Because
Almost-
you buy it. You don't do it.
almost what? Almost Tokyo. Why did I say
Yeah.
why did I say
Women
almost
don't do it
Tokyo?
because a man to buy it.
Oh, that's cool. But they also do it.
But
They
you don't-
also do
you
it.
don't- What did I
And-
say earlier? It's your audience.
Okay,
You don't have an audience,
okay.
you'll do it.
What are loneliness bars in Tokyo? What is a loneliness bar in Tokyo? A loneliness bar is where women go to buy penises, to go buy men. Women do it too.
So
Let's stop saying man. It's not a man's fault. It's need of both parties.
obviously,
Come on. Like,
It's
what
a-
do you?
it's a- it
it's
is a power-
both
it's a
parties.
power dynamic.
It's both parties.
it's a power dynamic. But as I said, and I won't change, I won't waver. This is my reality. This is what I see being a woman. It's the root of it. You have to always go to the root. Now, what
Cool.
it's become is something different, but
And
the
then-
root does not change.
And then let's all agree that women have
So,
no brains then.
I didn't
'Cause that's
say
what-
that we don't have any
Let's
brains.
just-
And I always say this. It's the power
There's just
of
a
intention.
few
One.
dumb ones out
And if
there
your
that make
intention,
dumb
if
decisions.
you have a bad intention with somebody, that you have this power over them in some way, or you have a where you meet this innocent woman, right?
Oh.
I'm just giving that dynamic because that happens more times than you would believe. Okay, you have this innocent. Let's say you're not that guilty, but you know what you're thinking as a young boy, and I'm saying that because I'm raising one, and I know what he's thinking in his brain because he's told me. He's looking at a girl and he's confused as to why do I feel this way when I see her. She's minding her own business. And it's like, why do I feel this way? And you can waver this way or you can waver this way. It's all in how you're raised and how you deal with it. Now, a woman is going to be naturally kind of naive coming out of the gate because of the way she comes into the world. It's like, oh, she's a girl, she's a baby, she does this, she does that. So that's the original root of it, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to branch off into this whole tree of, Instagram and ass shaking. If you go back to any of those females, and I know quite a few women who dance and do that thing with their body, most of them, if not a good high 90 percentile of them, have issues with their fathers or something happened to them in a male kind of outfit, which gave them that, no, I'm going to be a bad bitch now because you hurt my feelings. Okay, I'm gonna be this.
Okay,
What I'm saying is that the reason why these things happen in what I see, I don't see a woman coming out being like, I'm a mess over every man I see naturally. Dudes come out and it's like, let me see how many I can get, because that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but that's
That power of intention.
But you're
That's my
Can I-
whole point. And I'm not saying it's men's fault. I'm just saying when you have a bad seed in the situation, or when you're kind of misled a different way, or you know what I mean, like you weren't taught the right way, or whatever. It changes, and then you have a whole series of people,
But
which
can I
is the
say
leaves of the
something
tree
real
that we now have.
Real quick.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
mean, okay, I get the point you're making, but this goes back to, excuses for your action to me is not acceptable. Come on, you're a grown adult at this point. It's not always the case of because your father wasn't in your life or a man hurt you, that means that you
And I'm
should
not saying that's not valid.
Change
It is
what you
valid.
don't
That's a
see.
valid-
It
It's
is
a valid
valid,
point.
but that's
No, no.
it is
my father was
valid.
in my life. I don't sleep with a bunch of women.
It's
It's
a
the
valid
same
point.
fact.
It's fine. Enough of the
It's the same effect.
excuses.
Because I have
It's
boys in
the
my
way-
life that I can fulfill
It's a choice the
by
man
sleeping with a bunch of
made.
That's
women.
male,
I don't do it.
male, female is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that men are bad and you guys are the
We
reason.
talking
but-
about Tinder. We ain't
but
talking
if-
about a girl in the park in the sand
I'm
of the
saying
park.
Tinder.
A grown woman on Tinder. I know what she's doing.
I don't want to hear this.
Come on.
First of
I'm
all,
not saying that she
let
doesn't know
let
what
me
she's
let me
doing,
just say
but
this.
I'm not gonna say that the
She's doing it
reason
because
why.
of
I'm not gonna
men?
say why. I'm saying it has every. If you go back into it,
What happens when you see Idris Elba?
what do you mean? What happens when I
What happens when you
see
see?
Idris Elba?
What happens when you see Idris
I think
Elba?
that is really cute.
My sister, get out of here, man.
What do you think I'm saying?
Maya,
What am I
you
gonna
don't
say?
even
Oh my
play.
god, I'm not playing. Come on, you're talking to me. You're not talking to some disconnected
get it.
person.
No, don't
I'm like,
get it
oh my god,
twisted.
he's attractive.
Guys,
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
I get it. Don't get it twisted. I understand where you're coming from, but what I'm trying to say is that you're acting as if
I'm not-
y'all are just some innocent
Oblivious.
bliss ain't
Say
got nothing going
that.
on.
As a matter of fact, I got more
That's
how
problems.
you- that's what you're sounding like.
What I sound like and what I'm saying are two different things. It's awfully funny to me how I hear you guys wholeheartedly. I say something and it's like you sound like.
So,
What
Maya
I'm
Siobhan, let me ask you a
saying.
question.
What I'm
What are
saying
you
is.
saying?
What I'm saying is that as far as Tinder goes, your power of intention. I'm not saying that there's not women on there that are mainly looking to just smash or whatever. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that if you go back to who this woman is and where she is in her life, 9 times out of 10 has something to do with the man.
Okay, let me say something. So
But-
when I
I can't wait for on that. I won't wait for on that because I'm by myself up here, so I gotta hold it down for those who
I
know
understand.
what I'm really talking
I understand,
about.
but don't. Okay, now on
What
that.
she's trying to do is like layer reasons.
Yeah.
A grown adult,
If I'm talking
a
to
grown adult with common sense knows
Adult, she knows
your
what-
behavior
So
is
now
an
you-
adult. Hold up,
yeah,
hold
yeah,
up.
no.
A grown
You're
adult
not
with
gonna
common.
make it
Listen,
seem like I'm not. My brain is
listen.
small.
No.
Definitely not.
We know
It's not about
adults, right? Things you do as an adult can stem and mostly stem from where you come from.
Right.
We are specifically talking about
Online dating.
how people act online.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna give me the root is because a father was missing, you can use that as the reason why a girl shakes her ass.
Could
That's fine.
be.
But what we're talking
Chris
about
Rock
is
said
the
it.
person on the receiving end.
If a woman's on the
man
phone, you
and
blame her
woman.
father.
Man and woman. So a man on the other side of this dating application.
why do you?
I use the
Can I
picture.
ask you a question? When we talk about all these dogs out there, these guys that the Peter Gunses of the world.
How many times you mention their moms? Because that helps.
We never talk about what their foundation is.
Exactly. Never.
But we're quick to talk about how
Exactly.
the victimhood of these
I
young
mean,
women.
what did I always say? I'm
Oh
a
my
woman, so I have
God.
to speak from that perspective. Now,
Do you-
for
are you
those
oblivious
men,
to his
I'm
perspective?
totally not. Like, no.
Okay,
But
so-
the narrative that you're portraying is
Exactly.
as if
It's
the woman
men,
is
men,
a
men,
victim
men.
of
Come
I can
on.
only speak on what.
Do you understand
for
Peter
women
Guns'
on my
problem?
end. Well, so now we're bringing it. We can do Peter Guns.
Do you understand why he acts the way he does? The possibilities that connects to
I
something?
would definitely say it has everything to do with his family upbringing, as far
Okay.
as maybe his relationship with his mother,
Okay.
how he was raised as a man, how he
Okay.
values women. Like all of that is definitely.
So that would be the power of the woman in this case, because
Not
it was-
necessarily. I mean, it could be. I think if anything, and we've said this before, like little boys look up to their mothers for different things, how they treat women. So absolutely,
Right. Absolutely.
You know. So let's go back a little further. How was his mother treated? So let's go back a little further. So we're going back to the root. Is my point.
And it's not
Cool.
always the case of the foundation.
No, let's just make it that.
It's not always the case
We
of
don't
the
have to make it.
It just went left.
And
Like,
So
I am over
men
it.
can never actually win in
I
any
mean, what do you-
situation.
so why is it
Ever.
winner lose?
Ever.
Why is it win or lose? Why can't it just be the power that you have and don't have and how you
Because it
use
is real lose out there like the real the real
What are you
thing.
losing? What
The
are you
real
losing?
You've made a
Maybe
case.
you're
dignity and
winning.
respect. Because now
So
everyone's
you're
looking at me. Hold up. Everybody's looking at me as the reason why a woman will have no brain.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Where
If a woman
all they
shakes
do
her ass
is
with
give
no
them
audience,
confidence.
if a woman shakes her butt with no audience,
That's it.
No audience is watching.
She doesn't have to
She's
shake
gonna
her
do it
butt.
again?
It's a choice. She doesn't have to shake her
Does
butt.
she care about her likes? If there's no
Can I
audience,
say this? Can I say this?
who's her
Can
audience?
I-
If a guy buys a
Who's
Benz
her
without an
audience?
audience, does he
That's-
buy a Benz?
That's
Can I
what
say
I'm
something?
Come on, give me a real analogy. Give me a real one. That ain't a real one.
You're not
Okay,
being fair.
so-
Why do
Why
guys
does he
spend
buy
money?
Benz?
What makes the world go round?
What I'm saying is that. No, I said without an audience, you don't have anything.
What makes the world go round?
So what's the
But
point?
this is my
Yeah.
point, Maya. I get your point that you're making. This is my
It's
point.
a moot
Maybe
point.
if a bunch of these women didn't do that, then the audience
They
wouldn't
only
exist.
do it for them.
No, they do it for their own personal
That dark-skinned
reasons.
dude, that dark-skinned-
Cheers. Thank you very
They
much.
do it for their own person.
I
It's not
appreciate
always
that.
a case
Thank
of
you.
a man.
That-
You choose to strip because you want to strip and make your money.
Thank you.
It's not
How
because
many
of a
strippers
man.
do you know?
I don't want to know any. I'm sorry.
That dark
Why not? Why don't you wanna know
That
that?
dark skin.
I don't
What's
wanna
that
know.
dark skin guy?
Tell me why you don't want to know it.
Because I don't want to associate
Because
with
the
them.
dancers that I know,
Do you guys
the
remember
dancers
that
that I
dark
know,
They make
they
money
do it for
for
men.
you.
The dancers that I know, they do it for men
How
and
about
they
the
make
male
money.
dancers? They do it for
I'm speaking on that.
for who? The male dancers do it for who?
They do it for
If they didn't
women.
have an audience, they shake their.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay.
I'm talking about audience period.
Okay, this is why I take
People
offense to
next door.
it. This is why I take offense to it because too often these days, right? Too often these days, women get away with not being accountable for anything. They get to.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Uh-huh.
Let me finish.
The voice is not that.
We've been.
I'll
the
do my
blame.
best, but I only raise my voice when voice is raised.
We've
You know this.
been
Okay, yeah.
we've been the blame from day one. There's actually this lady called Iyanla.
Yeah.
Iyanla had an episode where she brought a bunch of baby daddies
The guy,
that had a bunch of baby mamas. I think one guy had 12.
like 30,
Oh, yeah, no,
Right?
he
like
had more
30
than
They
that.
brought the guys to the stage.
Yeah.
Did they bring the women to the stage?
I don't think so. I think that the mother.
I saw that.
No,
Did
there
they
was
bring?
one.
Did they bring the women to the stage?
I don't.
No, no, there was one where the guy had actually more than 12, and he
Yeah,
talked to
like
both
there's-
the women.
Here's the reason why I'm saying this.
And then
And it goes.
it's
Hold up.
really
Let me
big though,
finish.
right?
Let me finish.
So
The reason
we
why
know.
the reason why it's important to have these discussions is because more men need to speak up about. I just brought in my own personal relationship
Yeah.
as real as I can.
Yeah.
Right. my girlfriend is sitting right here, right? And I said, by myself, it is hard. A relationship is harder these days because your temptation is right there.
It's very
and it is up to you to stay away from it, right? There are days where you will be online comparing yourself to something that you see and you are completely mute to somebody who's cooking for you.
Right.
It's facto, right? Now, the reason why I bring this stuff up is because when Iyanla is doing a show where she's talking about baby daddies, right? And she's instructing them, you're a problem, you're a problem, you're a problem. And you don't bring the women to the stage. Did these men masturbate in their hand and have children?
Yeah.
Two.
Is that how? Let me continue a little bit, right? Again, do I agree that it stems from the father? Yes.
Yeah.
But
No excuse.
his personality also stems from somewhere. So we can't just say because he's biologically wired to hunt, he is the only victim because you just said you chose not to do those things because of how you were raised. So they both come from a problem. But the reason why this is extremely important is because you can't just eat your cake and have it. You can't be Amber Rose saying, I can sleep with anybody.
not
Because
Amber Rose.
No, not you. But there are girls who will follow an Amber Rose and do a slut walk in LA.
Yeah.
Right? As
Do
if
you
it
know
is-
Amber Rose's relationship with her dad?
Of course, it's
It
when you're
doesn't always have to be that, though.
No, but I would agree.
It doesn't always
Again,
have to
When
be.
I'm hoeing, I hope everybody's asking me what my relationship was like.
To fathers. But hold up, let me say
But
something.
you find more female hoes
Let
than male
me
hoes,
say
right?
something.
Then why
I don't
is that?
disagree with you as far as
Because when we have a sex with a man, he takes something from us.
But here's the thing that you
Every
said.
time. That's why women who are sluts,
Ma,
they don't know themselves.
Ma, let me say
Don't
something.
play with me.
Hold
Like,
up.
come on now.
Chill.
I think
Chill.
sometimes
Chill.
it's a
Chill.
choice.
Hold up.
Choice.
Hold up. But here's the thing.
Facts.
Here's the thing that she did.
Facts.
This is what I disagreed with. I don't disagree
I don't
with
know
the
about
root of a woman's behavior like that comes from her father absent, right? What I disagree with is she is doing this because of the guy on the audience
But
member.
you can't ignore it, is the point.
I'm not ignoring this part. I agree with that, and I say that on every show. And also, the reason why a man would do a bunch of things with a bunch of women without respecting himself is also because of where he comes from.
Yeah.
But if a woman is shaking her butt and the guy's receiving it, right? He is not the reason she's shaking her butt because there are more girls liking. There's as many girls because people are actually confused these days.
Yeah, exactly.
People are actually confused.
Yeah.
Everyone is confused.
But that doesn't mean that. What my point is
People
that
just wanna
is
be-
that you can't. Yes, make a decision. You know, you're an adult. How many
But I have to.
adults do we know
But I have to.
are not mature
But
and they
how-
don't know how adult they are? And
So
they use.
why
Wait
should
a
I
minute.
make
Wait a
an
minute. They use. I'm not
excuse
saying
Is it my
excuse.
fault?
I'm not saying excuse.
No, I was just
I'm
making the
saying
point.
you cannot look at all. You can't look at this without looking at the whole thing. There's a cause and effect for everything. And for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. True or not true?
Stop
So,
sweating yourself.
what I'm saying is that when, as a female, I can only speak from a woman. That's it. And I know how my mother told me about my body,
This is
what it
what I'm
brings
gonna
and what
say.
it is. And let me finish what I'm saying. So, because of the way that I was taught about my body and what it is and this and that, I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And a man touches you and this and that, and he's gonna change you this, and all of this stuff happens. And I meet these girls in school that are like loose, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with her? And it's like, oh, her you know, her dad was this, or she had a whole bunch of boyfriends, and now she's loose, and now she don't care about no man. You know what I mean? So I'm only saying when I see women like Amber Rose and all these women selling themselves for whatever reason, you don't do it without an audience. A man is not gonna just do it.
No, can I just say something?
honestly,
in that,
you guys-
in that specific,
Say something.
That's all I'm
yes.
saying.
In
Oh my
that
God,
specific, in
So,
that
so when you see these little twerkers,
Yeah.
It's what you subject
I'm gonna give you a real
yourself
scenario.
to.
This is real life. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. And I posted it online before. I'm at my cousin's basketball practice. They're practicing to join the basketball team. So this is tryouts, right? These kids are 16, 17 years old. It's a Saturday, right? They're practicing, wife beaters. They're growing a little bit of muscle. They're becoming men, right? The drill team walks in. They're going to use the court after they're done. So these guys have like 30 minutes left. The girls come in, and I don't know if you've seen the modern day drill team, but they wear basically Daisy Dukes that are yoga pants.
they're called poo-poo shorts.
Short, right? They come in, their parents sitting on the bleachers. Their female coach is sitting with them. The male coach is with the boys. They're practicing. After practice, while practice is happening, I'm sitting on the bleachers. I'm not saying this because the camera's on. I posted this online before. The girls are making statements like boys used to. When it was wrong, right? The girls are making statements like, ooh, look at the size of his shoes. Oh my God, do you think it's true? I'm hearing this, right?
crazy.
I'm hearing this. the fact is, this is what's going on in America. But hold up. The boys are playing basketball. They're done. These girls start stretching in those pants. Stretching to get, warm up, whatever the case may be. They get the guys in the huddle, right? Naturally, the boys start looking. You know what happens? Who gets scolded?
The boys.
The boys get scolded. But, because this is what happens. The coach, the female coach sitting on the bleachers, tells the coach, right? Look at your boys. And I'm thinking to myself,
Maybe she's not saying
look
anything
what's
to
happening
her.
right here.
It's true.
We're not saying
And I'm
anything.
raising the boys, so I've seen that.
Look what's happening right here. Look what we're hearing right now. I, as a guy, I can't say jack-ish, right? Because immediately, I'm a problem if I say something about this. But who gets checked for doing what they do naturally when they see
Because
that?
of what they saw.
Right? Who gets checked? Them. Live.
Right.
How do they walk out of the gym? With their heads down, you're wrong. You're not wrong though, is all I'm saying, right? I'm not saying naturally, of course men are, we've had this conversation time and time again. Who would cheat more? Men. Why? Because they're wired to misbehave. They're wired to do these things, right? All I'm saying is right now, these days, the marketing of things has made a lot of women think they can also do that.
And that's sad.
Absolutely, that's
They
all
can
I'm
do
saying.
it,
So
but
it's
they
not,
can't
it's
withstand
not
the-
just the
the
guys.
consequences
Are there
of
more guys? Perverts? Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely.
That's all my
But
thinker.
we're not the only ones fishing for
I'm not
misbehavior.
And let me just say this.
And because girls have more rights these days, I believe they actually have more rights to seek for misbehavior.
You have more rights. It's worse for you these days. On top of the fact that you have more rights. So I don't even want to hear anything because I see women that are saying what it is straight up.
Like,
Obviously that I'm trying to do this thing. Straight up. Like,
I'm living my life. I'm
Yeah.
single. That's fine. I ain't got nothing wrong with it.
Do your thing.
Don't blame me though, because we're both acting the same now.
Yeah.
I mean, in that perspective,
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that whole scenario you gave. I could break down in a lot of different.
I'm sure you
parts,
see
and
it.
I won't go there.
Like,
I have a son, and I see exactly, how little girls are faster. They're the ones that are like tugging on. You know what I mean? And that, well, where he is too, that it all stems in my mind. Now, raising my son, I just talked to him about this very thing, about teaching him the value of himself, because you're going to have all of that. You're going to have all of that being an athlete and being a young boy anyway. So you have to understand the value of who you are, and you don't have to subject yourself to what your body may say. Now that's a gray area, because I don't have a male body, but I'm a female, so I have to give him the female part of it, and how when women throw themselves, especially being an athlete and stuff like that, not to
you
say,
see my cousins, bro.
It's hard.
not to say, and I understand
down.
that, but I think it has everything to do with the training. Now the how can I say?
There's actually a picture. I'm sorry. There's actually a picture online, right? It's a picture. It's a meme. It's a girl, right, standing like this with her underwear. I'm pretty sure you've seen it.
Yeah,
Underwear
yeah,
open,
yeah, yeah.
And there's a boy looking in there, and she says, "With this, I will control your life."
Yeah.
Facto.
I mean, but that's from the
Facto.
beginning of time.
Exactly. So women also have power.
Women have
To me, they have more than we do.
Which
We're
one is
gullible.
also have power? I thought that was the
We're
original.
Women have
But-
power. Can I say something?
But how he gets it,
Okay. At the end of the day,
the power of intention.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, we get what you're saying, but
We know what you're
let's
saying.
just that.
But-
All we're saying is we're not the only ones misbehaving these days online.
I'm not saying that, but we are like chasing our tails
let's
like
conclude,
dogs.
please.
Are we?
In conclusion,
Yeah, we're not concluding.
in conclusion,
The
right?
majority of people out there, the team.
We're probably gonna have to do this
Please.
7 times over.
Please.
I do love my Siobhan.
I love
She's my
LB as
sister.
well. I love it.
Calm yourself
So it
down.
was an
Let me
LB
just let you know real quick. Because I got power, I kept her ass in check.
Yeah, he did.
Facto. Right, Mom?
I'm the neck. And you the
No,
head. Without the neck, you're
no,
nothing.
but all in all, though, I get exactly what you're saying, and it does say a lot. I like the fact that you connected the father figure and the male figure as a leader and what he should be.
That's
Right?
true.
Because both parties are now confused. We've had this topic before. There is a misconception that it is power to control how many men you give your vagina. That's not fact though.
Right.
For me, I believe that is the most important connection.
Yeah.
So if you're able to give it to that many people, it's up to you, but I know for a fact when the lights go off and it's just you and your mind and your soul and your spirit, trust me, you ain't doing too good.
Yeah.
I know that factor.
Yeah.
But all I'll say is this, online dating,
you're
we'll
perfect.
revisit this topic again. I use myself as an example in a relationship. I know it's hard, tough. I Joe, there are even girls that I know from high school and college days that are they just go to stripping classes for like just pole dancing classes,
Right.
just for what it is, and they do things that they do. As a man, I know when I see it, I'm like, dog.
Yeah.
You know, and the reality of the core of what my relationship is supposed to be is somebody who actually gives a shit about my existence. And when you walk into the room, home, there's food cooked. And those are the important things. But the way I think the internet has messed it up is there's pornography 24/7.
Yeah.
There's
More.
access to the temptation that a lot of
It's
people
heavy.
are acting on, right?
Yeah.
Now, it is up to you to control your life, but it is a lot harder to control these days because it's right there.
Yeah.
You know, so women and men have power. Men are perverts. Absolutely. Naturally that. Women also benefit from us being perverts. So it's both energies of putting one energy. It's true. It's true. Because
I went back to authenticity. I was like, it is
I have a question.
It's
Okay.
a waste of
Can
time.
we conclude
Yeah,
it?
I have a question.
Okay.
In my conclusion, a woman that has sex with several men loses power. A man who has sex with several women doesn't. Why is that?
now here's a quick fact about this.
It's not true.
No. Here's no. Let me say
In the
something.
view of society,
In the
Look at
actual
my face.
no.
the reality is
Hold
he
up.
does.
The
In view of
reality
society
is
he's a king.
hold up.
But he's not.
In a group of men, right? In a group of men, we don't look at a guy who sleeps with a bunch of women as a king. I'll just let you know that.
That has. I said power.
Power. Either way.
That's actually what you bring. That you take into the
I'm
world.
gonna be honest. From my perspective,
think you're giving
a
away.
dude who sleeps with that's the misconception a lot of people have about men.
Man, exactly.
We don't embrace male whores.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, but this is the thing.
Because a woman who has sex with several men loses herself.
But do you know
but
that
when a
it's switched
man
now?
has sex with
The slut walk,
doesn't
the new perspective
Okay,
is
man,
it's her power.
because
This is what
a woman who has is actually biologically a real thing. When a
We
woman
know this.
shares herself with a bunch of men, she loses herself.
I just made that statement.
When a
I
man
just
has
said-
sex with several women, he does not. Which brings me to my conclusion.
He-
I'm not
mentally, though.
It's still a psychological thing.
Psychologically, he does.
psychologically.
So I'll say that.
I'll meet you on a psychological aspect.
Spiritually,
But
hold on.
imagine you
sharing
lose
a lot.
yourself, who you are, who you could have been. You're walking around trying to figure out yourself. A man is like,
Why are you sleeping with all
okay,
this
I know what
men,
she's
though?
saying though, because if I sleep with a girl, right? If I sleep with a girl, she holds more of the power that I took and gave to her than I do.
because of
Yeah.
the way that our bodies are made, the inner and the outer. Okay, what's inside has to be sacred and kept in. Right.
Team men.
My point, but that's my point.
Nah,
So no, I don't have a penis. I don't.
Come on.
You know, I'm just saying. I mean, whatever. The point is, we should probably watch this to see how we.
Yeah.
interact. Nevertheless, so that brings me back to my conclusion. So in online dating and things of that nature, being a woman, I notice how men are like the pervertedness of it and how they steer it in a way. No matter how you put your profile, because like you said, just like Enyi said, and it makes perfect sense, they want to smash. Bottom line, at the bottom of it, it's like, well, I don't really like her. She's kind of cute, but I can still go in. A woman will say, I don't like him, and I don't like him, and I don't. Now you have some that are like, well, maybe I'll do it because of where I am in my life. But the likelihood is that the bottom line for men is they'll poke, as my mother says, you know. So I'm not taking any power from men. I actually love the power of a man, and I wish that men knew what their power was more, so that the power that he has and the power that we have as women, we can actually unite and not diminish either one of our powers. But when you use it for bad consecutively, it gets delusionalized and it gets lost in translation, if I may. And then it becomes feminist, misogynist, all these different words start to happen, and you get sensitive, and it's like, oh, you know, and then you don't know yourself, or you know yourself, or men are this. I don't feel that all men are dogs. I do feel like I feel like women are more faithful in my mind than men are. That's just in my world and where I am. Because of how we are cut and made, and me being a woman, that's that. But I think because of internet dating, it's your power of intention. And if a woman's intention in dating is to sleep with every man because of the man that hurt her, or sleep with every man that she can because that's what she feels like, because I'm a bad bee and I'm gonna get his pockets,
That doesn't
then
make
that's
you a
her.
bad bee.
That's what people think. That's what a bad bee is. If we look at BET and MTV, that's what that is. That's what Black China and all the rest of them quote themselves as. But I'm saying, if that's her power, your power of intention is that. Now,
You're basically saying they've used us to confuse women about what they're supposed to be doing.
right, and I think
If you said that, I wouldn't disagree.
Because of social media, we've created these giants of delusion.
Would you agree if I said feminism has made women think they're men?
I would say that in a certain
Yeah.
room. In a certain room, I think it's. I think when you put that word in the wrong hands, it gets all. I have to go back to the original. I have to, because I know what I was as a little girl, and I know what I saw, and I know, to be transparent, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21, because I knew what I was doing. I knew that I didn't know I was doing. How about that? So I didn't wear the badge like, hey, I'm the V girl. I was more like, I had all the guys looking after me, still to this day actually, because it's like I'm the one that they didn't get, so I understood my power. Still to this day, I have people like, wow, we never, and I'm like, you're only calling me because it's 20 years later. Talk to me in 30 years, when I actually don't really care. But point is that, so I noticed my power. So that's my badge that I wear now, being older than 21. So.
Got it.
I love my men though. Let me put that out there.
What was the topic?
Your bad boys are about to attack this. Online dating.
Seems like a long way off. But anyways,
Attitude. What's your attitude? Which one's your attitude?
Anyway.
Answer that question because
She's over
I am so over these.
we love you, Anna.
But this is what I'm gonna say. At the end of the day, we're all grown adults. I hate excuses. If you choose to do things, you should be prepared for the consequences that comes along with it. I always say I don't have sympathy because you made a bad choice and now you're in a situation whereby you feel like someone is supposed to feel bad for you. I'm actually the wrong person to approach on that end. But what I will say is, in terms of online dating, everyone has an intention as to why they're on there. At the end of the day, you have to pick and choose. What you can tell women, we have this power. A woman's instinct is so powerful, and the fact that this is so disappointing is a lot of women choose to put on the blindfold and act as if they don't know exactly what this man's intention is. You know clearly that he just wants to smash, and you still smash. And then now it becomes a problem that he doesn't want to have anything serious with you. Let's be clear on that. Let's be very clear on that. No, if you know the intention and you are not ready for that intention, you don't have to go for it. You know what he's up to. So you know that you're looking for something serious. Find someone that's looking for something serious.
Not online.
You know? I mean, that's it.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I was just saying, we talking about blanket statement.
The percentage of finding people online with substance that are really looking for something real, I'm sorry, isn't so high, but it doesn't hurt to give it a try. That's not to say everyone on there is just looking to smash, but what I will stand firmly on, at the end of the day, a man is as much responsible as much as a woman is. Know what you want and have a clear, defined idea of what you want. Stop putting on the blindfold and then later on blame someone for the action and the decision that you took. To me, then it becomes a problem. I'm not bashing women for making this decision, but my problem is, take off your blindfold. You're a woman, you know your instinct. When you feel it, that's what it is. Stop ignoring it. A lot of women keep doing that. That's why they end up in this bad relationship.
Can I say something that is going to be considered misogynist?
What is it?
It kind of agrees with what you said. Now, for real, here's the truth that people don't want to hear.
They don't, and that's
The fact that who's really holding the stick is men. We hold the stick.
I mean,
I can't.
I never disagreed with you, ever. But here's the thing. She mentioned it, and I did ask you, why did you choose not to do it?
Okay.
it's a choice.
But if you're holding it
But
still,
that's the whole thing about
you
the
got
confusion.
the rod.
That's the whole thing about the confusion.
But
The
because
whole thing about the confusion is, I just asked a question. Would you say feminism has made women think they're men? Also, look at my homeboy, what's his name, Steve Harvey? Think like part 1 and 2.
I mean, you have to be.
Part 3 is coming on.
Don't
Just do
worry.
that anyway.
Except
But
for
I don't think you
Giants.
think like a man as if you learn from a man.
My brother, Please conclude.
I mean, think like a man don't mean you have to be a slut.
Hell, Chineke.
No, it's
That was
think
never-
like him.
Go.
I mean,
Just
I'm
don't
just
give him
saying.
everything.
I'm just saying.
No,
Don't
do not.
act like you a slut and then you can take the.
It goes down in the DM in real time. Please conclude. And you'll have a great conclusion because you're online. You know. I'll put him on blast. He's online. No. Trust
Wait,
me.
these are the.
Those men that you speak of, this is it.
I'm on it too. I embrace it.
I honestly took a break from it, but the thing
I
about
didn't
it,
You broke up with the
You have to. You have to. It's love-hate relationship. I get it.
so
Damn.
I just honestly think, from just listening to everything, I'm just
You just swiping right in.
there's not. It's just my issue is
Hey.
once again, and what I said
I
at
want
the
you
very
to come
beginning,
over.
accountability, vicious cycle that somehow, some way we get blamed for, but at the same time, I understand because we do have that power. We do have, like you said, he's right. We do have the power, but when
What power
we
do you guys have?
do have the
It's-
power.
A woman has
Let
more
me
power.
finish.
This is your silent feminist. You think it's me?
Oh, no.
Let me
I'm not
finish.
calling you anybody a feminist. No.
No.
I
It's
mean,
not about-
I think a woman has
Hold on.
more power than
Hold
a
on,
man
please
does.
conclude.
It's just that some women are just so dumb that they
Let
don't
me
know how to
finish.
use
Let me just
their
finish.
power. I mean, I'm
Conclude.
sorry.
You do have power. You do have power. It's just that we
This is
also have the real power.
This is a
Smack you.
man's world. Please go.
But it wouldn't be nothing.
We're talking about money.
But it wouldn't
I'm
be
done.
nothing.
We're talking about
That ain't what he said. James Brown told you.
I am done with you guys.
But let me conclude. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hell. Let me conclude. All I'm trying to say is once again the capital A word, accountability from both sides. And the reason why I was like, whoa, is because when we're talking about this dating and I'm talking about the hoeing on both sides, we need to talk about foundation on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be fair on both sides. A lot of the men that I know that are hoeing, that are looking for this and looking for that, we don't talk about their background. We don't talk about where they come from. Let's just be honest and say, okay, in this dating world and
In this
in the dating age,
we're all desensitized.
we're all looking for this. We're all doing the same things. Now, society has certain expectations for women. There's some societal things like you don't want to look a certain way. Yes, women are, it's not an excuse, it's the truth, but it's an easy excuse because it's a reality that I cannot just allow anybody to enter my domain. I get that. But at the same time, let's not play coy and say, oh, it's just men that are trying to do this one thing. It's an equal exchange.
This is why it's scary.
I thought he was concluding.
Sorry, this is why it's scary
I know
to
we're
raise a
concluding.
child.
This thing is
I'm actually adding
two
on. This is why
hours.
it's scary to raise a child in this generation because even with the parents there, right? Even with the parents in your life, the internet is a real thing.
Yeah.
The internet is a real thing. You know, like
Very hard.
your daughter's 15 with a silent Instagram account that you don't know, and the world is telling her what she should be doing,
Yeah.
even though you're there, you don't even know.
You're competing with, it's just like how parents
Exactly.
were competing with TV back in the day.
Now you're comparing with
Now you're competing with TV and
internet, and it's more volatile out there.
And another thing too is, we as adults, we're even getting lost in it to ourselves.
Period.
Because now I'm looking at it like, dang, dude, like, I need this, I need that. Do I really need this and need that? What am I really looking for? Why am I looking for that? Why do I look at things this way? Why am I? And you get caught up in this world because I look at the internet as its own being. It's its own thing. It's living its own life. And
It's a separate
Theory.
life.
this is exactly so when we look at it again for real.
Yeah.
And when we look at it like that, and I'm like, dude, like, and as we're talking about, are we more connected or are we more distant? We're closer, but we're still distant because it's like it's like two bubbles, but we're connected to each other, but we're not connected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're connected through a medium, but it's not. The problem is that it's not real. And the reason I'm saying all of that is because we're falling into these traps of fads, and it's not y'all. It's a sheeple of people who are not thinking for themselves and not being honest with who
And
they are.
us.
And us.
And me.
We get caught
I'm
up
not
in it
amused
too
with it.
sometimes, but the reason why we get caught up in it is sometimes, every one of us in this room will get caught up in it sometimes because the society that we live in
I do.
that makes you
When you
may.
say caught, what do you mean?
I mean,
I get why I said we get caught up in it because of the fact
Yeah,
that
like,
Just lusting over a girl's picture online.
I don't lust
Yeah.
over the
it's-
As I
You can act like
said,
you don't.
I don't. We don't.
You don't.
So you see
I'm
my
not
picture?
gonna lust and be like, oh
You
my
see my picture and I'll be like,
Okay.
When they posted a picture, I'll never forget.
I saw clicking on my. Can you like? I'm like, Mom.
They just posted a picture.
I had to come out the computer like, yo,
Wait.
Mom.
Wait. They posted a
If
picture
someone
of
likes it doesn't mean that they're lusting.
my
They're
sister.
like,
Stop. When they posted a picture of Lance Gross and Idris Elba wearing suits, the women on the. I just read the comments.
But
The comments were like,
just
I'm going to fall out of the
appreciating
pew
a great
now. The
all
comments
right,
were,
but that won't mess up my
All in all, this is
relationship
the
because I saw
worst
Lance
episode of all
Gross.
time.
That's that. And it
We're
was
gonna
yeah.
air this till Christmas or something.
If you look at